He got by because he was pretty for a little while.
Right. He's also gay.
Trudeau?
Yeah.
Hey, this is just bizarre. Bret Weinstein of the Dark Horse podcast and owner of other such wild claims as 17 million people have died from the COVID vaccine, which I will clarify, there is no evidence that that is true. He stunned his own wife and co-host into silence by wildly claiming out of nowhere that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is gay. That I know, it's what? And even his wife was so taken aback that she was stunned into silence. I'm sort of stunned into silence myself, to be honest, because it is so sad. Some people kind of lazily say COVID broke some people's brains. But whatever you think about Bret's views on COVID and vaccines and whatever, there's not necessarily a functional connection between beliefs about COVID and just blurting out Trudeau is gay. It's just all so strange. So let's take a look at this. And I don't know, I'm going to get, I know I should just play the clip, but let me give a disclaimer, okay? A pre-disclaimer. I don't know if the defenders of Bret are going to write to me and say, David, what Bret's saying is actually brilliant. It's actually some kind of satire. It's a high-minded joke that I just don't have the intellectual or cognitive capacity to understand. Maybe you're right. Maybe this is simply too highbrow of a joke for me to understand. But it appears his wife also didn't realize it was a joke, if indeed it is, because she was stunned into silence. Look at this and see if anybody can explain it to me.
So the bigger point that we are seeing female strategies being deployed across a number of domains, and if you try it out as men pronounce it, like what do you get Trudeau? I mean, Trudeau, like this is what it's pathetic.
And I guess the context here is they're talking about some kind of alleged feminization of liberal men or something. You know, it's always hard to know exactly what the topics are here.
And
it's pathetic.
Anti-masculine,
it's not,
he
it's
looks
not.
ridiculous.
It's not what women like. There's a wrong-headed belief.
He got by because he was pretty for a little while.
Right. He's also gay.
Trudeau?
Yeah. This is now officially known, but
okay.
But anyway,
I don't care.
No, but the point is, to the extent that there is a false
So that's why he's
story,
being divorced.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the extent,
I guess the argument is the real reason Trudeau is getting a divorce is not because of conflict with his ex-wife or whatever. It's because he's secretly a gay man. Listen, that does exist. It does exist that sometimes there are men who are in heterosexual marriages and it turns out that they're gay and there's a divorce because they are gay and they're going to go and be with men. I scoured the internet and found nothing other than conspiratorial musings about this, and just stunning his own wife into silence. What are you talking about? Trudeau is gay. So listen, I want to know more about this. If someone can explain to me what I'm missing, because if you had told me 5 years ago, hey, David, on his podcast, Bret Weinstein is just going to randomly and wildly accuse the Canadian Prime Minister of being feminized and gay, absent any evidence, I would say that's nothing that I would expect from Bret Weinstein. That just doesn't make any sense. He would never do that. Look at his body of work at this point. And I want to remind everybody, the initial way in which Bret came to public knowledge of him went public was when he was teaching at Evergreen State. And there was this day on which white people were told not to come to campus as part of some kind of anti-racist event. He rightly spoke out about it. By the way, it ignores the fact that as a Jewish man, in many circles, Bret's not even white. He's actually part of an even smaller minority group than many of the minority groups that were discriminating against white people on that day. He had a really good and substantive critique and complaint of what was going on there and the kind of backwards nature of some of these anti-racist activities gone too far. And what's happened now, I mean, Trudeau is gay. What? What are you talking about? It's a sad state of affairs. I'd love to know more about what went on here. And again, If I'm just missing the genius or satire of what he's saying, let me know. The weather is starting to warm up, which I love, but the downside of the warmer weather, as many of the guys know, is the sweating and the sticking that comes with traditional underwear. It's not pleasant. But our sponsor Sheath designs ergonomic underwear. They've solved the problem. Instead of letting everything mash together and chafe, Sheath underwear has separate compartments in the front, keeping everything separate. You stay dry and comfortable all day. Once you finally feel the air being able to flow in between everything and the unique comfort that it provides, you'll know why everybody loves Sheath. So many people were skeptical about Sheath at the beginning, myself included, only to find it is something you never knew you needed. They have a ton of different colors and styles, something for everyone. For the ladies in the audience, or if you're shopping for a wife or girlfriend, check out the line of women's underwear, which also provides superior comfort. Once and for all, put an end to the sticking and the readjusting. Experience underwear comfort like you've never felt before. Give Sheath a try. Go to sheathunderwear.com/Pacman and get 20% off with the code Pacman. The link is down below.